Welcome back to more Hunter x Hunter. Things are going fine, if you count Gon losing his ability to use Nen, Kite having seen better days, the Chimera Ants splitting off and terrorising the world in their own way, not to mention the King still being just a force to be reckoned with, doing what he wants and taking over a place to call his own. Oh, let's not forget the most terrifying of all prospects. Gon and Palm on a date. Well, let's hope Killua can keep the rabbit busy. Don't want to interrupt them. And Killua making the stand here. Got to do whatever he can to protect Gon, which understandably is because, well, he can't really defend himself at the minute. But after the fight with Shooter, what is Killua going to be able to do? Considering his history of avoiding tough conflicts and fights. And if the... I really can't remember the name of the rabbit thing. If this is Killua's big moment to overcome himself here, it's maybe a little late to really help Kite and the like, but it would be massive for him. Maybe you feel like he actually somewhat deserves to be by Gon's side and continue that journey. And then once those days are up, the battle in front of him, it doesn't seem as though it's going to be a cakewalk. His brother again, and the music. What's he more afraid of, actually? The opponent standing in front of him, or the fact that he's unable to act? I don't think that was entirely because of him just then. It's Killua's fight between his brother's conditioning and his will to protect Gon. The opponent in front of him is just secondary. Even if he tries to will himself to do something, will his body let him? And then we shift over to quite a nice, peaceful time. With no, it's just a tree. Maybe you don't quite understand how just a nice evening really matters. Waiting for this. Either we waited for quite a long time, or the sun just set very quickly. Does that mean Killua has been fighting like that this entire time? Were all those bugs fireflies and they're all nesting in the tree? To be fair, quite a good sight. Although it might be better if they came on their date a little later so they didn't have to sit around for so long. And yes, he's been fighting. This is such a fair fight, but that's not what he was after in the first place. It was just the joy of trampling over them. Well, I'm glad he's enjoying himself. But what's going to be that turning point, that moment where it's a twig? Ah, you shouldn't have. No, really, you shouldn't have. I mean, it's a very situational present. I mean, you have to be near brackish water and the fireflies, but it's quite an amazing light show. The fact that Gon has this kind of environmental knowledge right here. Strangely adult conversation. Maybe not so strange. Considering Gon's determination to be strong, his training, his journey. He's found out that he's really not even close. Which would put himself and everything that he's been working for in danger. Wait until Kite is normal. He can't afford any time off. Actually asking, are you okay with that? Would you be able to... Yep. That's the face of someone that's quite accepting. Killua hasn't fought back or even been able to move much. What was that? I mean, if his brother has put like some sort of conditioning on him to make sure he runs away, making him freeze in the face of danger probably isn't the best way of going about it. We're going to get... I was about to say, we're going to get a tear rolling down his face. This isn't how the fight was meant to go. It's going to make him want to kill him so much more now. That is occurring so often now. Is he going to break through the fear that he has for his brother more than anything else? Is it the fact that we're getting so long with this voice in his head telling him to run? Seems about the time to break through. And it was his friendship in Gone that pushed him to actually face it. What? Has he got his... Oh, I was about to say, has he got his hands in his pockets? Oh, slightly bleeding from the forehead and... Slightly different than the usual ones, but yeah, is that a pin that has been embedded into him? Well, it's a slightly more physical form of brainwashing. He's in control of his body again. The fear of a strong opponent is alleviated. Killua with confidence is a joy to see, maybe not for his enemies though. Right. So, like a snake eyeing up its prey. But so was that pin not only... Well, they have to learn it the hard way then. But was that pin not only forcing him to run from fights, but forcing him to run from fights that he could have taken? Squelch. It's got a liquid core. Now he's got to run back, see how Gon's getting on. Oh, the bags are still there. Has he fallen prey to Palm, considering he's like, I want to train some more. There'd be remnants of clothing and stuff if there was an anti. What, is he writing a will? So they've gone home and left the bags there. I see she's taking this well. I mean, the fact that she is letting him off with this kind of warning, as long as he's repenting for his actions. Well, training is one way of putting it. He was in his own way. Wait, was that after the stab? So, Palm, don't do that. Killua has had a little breakthrough. His, Run. The bigger enemy wasn't the Chimera Ant. It was a Wish.com version of the ring. What was her name? Samura. You say that, but Gon has to face this properly. He said he'd write out that punishment or whatever it was, so now he's got to face the music. Yeah, what if he couldn't dodge it? She is a wild card. She may be a little possessive and have a few issues. A few issues. So we've got a crystal ball powered by blood. Quite a useful... Oh, you can actually just zoom it around the scene. Quite a useful tool, that. Yet... that is a lot of knives. Why is she giving herself like a bandolier of kitchen knives? Oh. She may need to restrain herself now. Does he know the hotel? Well, the name and logo do go together. I can see why that would be the design. So, while waiting for that, they'll keep an eye on them a bit more. Has she not lived up to what he was been expecting? I mean, she was preparing in her own way. I don't think he's meaning it in the way that... oh, well. He's jealous of that Gon there. He has to put a stop to that quickly. What a handful. Evening wear. It might be best not to pry anymore. None of the answers given are going to be very good. Blood type. I know blood type's a big thing in Japan, but really? I see he's still not any better at social interactions. Oh, you got a special gold one. Because Gon doesn't know the value of it, doesn't really care. Who's going to end up with the golden robot? That's the question I want to know. The fact that Kite has turned a corner and overcome a needle in the noggin. But the conditioning of his brother. Back to her old self. I mean, how are they going to tell what state Gon is in if he can see Kite or not? Because his inability to use Nen. Like, oh, in the way of the speedy boy with a big cloud behind him. Now, what is hiding in that cloud? He's having some fun here, isn't he? We're actually seeing the speed. He may have speed, but does he have power to back it up? Against normal humans, not much they can do, but Nen users. I can think of some people we may have fun with if speed is his forte, his specialty. But if now they've got an observation going, looking over Gon and Killua, are they going to notice that they're being tracked and whatnot? Of course, they'd probably be quite good at hiding their presence, but I just had a thought, considering Gon and Killua's growth in training and whatnot, if Gon had his Nen right now, where would they stand against the members of the Phantom Troop? Considering they fought them a while back before they were anywhere near ready for them. After everything that we saw in that one, what we should really not forget is that Killua dug his fingers into his forehead and pulled out a pin. There's several things I have about that. One is he was quite... he had to be quite certain that there was something there, or just took a lucky guess. But if that had been embedded in his head for a while, what if he had suffered a strong blow, which he has, which may have dislodged it or sent it somewhere else? Or is Irumi that sure of his ability to keep it wedged exactly where he needs to control him? But the pin to force him to not take up conflicts with strong opponents kind of backfiring in the fact that it almost got him killed, because it's as a safety mechanism to not let his brother get hurt and all that, sure, but stifling his growth so that he can't protect himself in case there was something big. His family's ways of going about things are weird. But rabbit, bird, bit, whatever you want, is... Well, he really quickly learned what fear was. The tables turning on him quite rapidly. Well, at least he got to have a bit of fun before the realization of who he was actually fighting really dawned on him. And even though Hunter x Hunter isn't the kind of show where you really kind of just gawk at the backgrounds and the scenery and everything, that, you know, it's not picturesque, it's not painterly beautiful, but some of the wild designs, creatures that inhabit it, and just things like, oh, this firefly tree, they stand out. And since we've got Palm being so accepting of Gon's change of Gon's ideas for the future of what he wants to do, continue on his training, get better so he can actually be someone that he can be proud of and save Kite. No, not good enough. You're in a relationship now. Well, not anymore. She's kind of given up on him because the mentor is back, but still, he was in a relationship. He needs to put her first, apparently. But she has some weird attachment issues. I don't really care. Well, I don't really want to see the backstory to that, I should say. Since most of what we got for everyone else has been somewhat dark. Certain issues that people have can stem from a lot of places. But what I am excited for, since we've got Killua taking down one of the original Nen users, the Chimera Ants, now we've got Knuckles and Pipe Dude standing up against this cheetah. I think his name's Cheetu. How many of the other Chimera Ants that kind of tried to lead their own hive, be their own king, how many are going to be hunted down? Are we going to see actually eliminated? Might be a bit harsh, but eliminated. And also I'm wondering if Gon goes back into training and trains his body in, well, obviously not how he was used to it because he doesn't have the Nen to cover stuff now, but goes into full body training and makes himself better now. Is that going to be an increase and help, like, because he's now experienced the things with Nen, now he's got to do it with a normal physical body, and so normal exercise is going to have a bigger impact? Or is he going to have to find another way because nothing here is working? Now more of a mental battle. The least he could do is learn a bit of arithmetic so that if he has to go up against Knuckle again, maybe he can pay off a little bit more of the interest. But the idea that they have to wait a few days, observe them, are they ready, both probably physically, but more than not, mentally ready to see what the current state of Kite is? Not sure I am, to be fair. Also, how's Neferpitou going to feel about her little pet, her project being taken away like this? Obviously, she's now got to focus on the king, so can't have personal possessions, really, and stuff to care about. So, I'm going to have a day off so that I can go look after Kite for a bit. Yeah, that's not happening, so she's going to be pissed off when she finds out what's happened, but can't really do much about it. At least that is in my head. Whether or not that's how it's going to be, I'm going to have to find out, and you do too, really. So, if you've enjoyed Hunter x Hunter, let me know. There's more to come, so I hope you're eager for that. Maybe join onto my channel so you don't miss out when I upload them. There's also links to my Discord. But for now, get yourselves a bit of rest. I'll see you in the next one.